Hey folks, just wanted to do a quick update on how I've revamped my filofax yet again, hopefully for a longer term. I had tried to adopt a getting things done system and found after about 12 days on it that I could not find anything in it anymore. It was getting so confusing and it was really difficult for me. I think about everything on the macro level, and I think that having all of my life broken down into such micro tasks was really hard for me to manage. I don't think about projects in terms of 25 steps. I think of them as a big project, and I really need to see all of that in one place. So basically, in the front, not much has changed here. I still have my most used cards. I've got some things that I need to punch and insert, and then I've got my typical note card with envelope, so if I ever need to write anybody, I've got it with me. I've got some health insurance cards, my work business cards, a business card I picked up today that I need to file somewhere, and one of these nifty vinyl envelopes with some receipts that I wanted to hold on to. I ditched the sticky accessory from filofax and replaced it with these. Well, I pulled these off of it and just stuck them here. My first tab is a notes tab, and all I have back here, I've just got a stash of cotton cream note paper. And basically it's basically just a notepad. It's a place just to capture stuff that isn't related to any specific day. So if I'm sitting in a training or a meeting, or have, drafting out a list of stuff to buy at the grocery store or whatever, I could just take it on these, and then I pull the page out of the binder and file it behind these index tabs. So these have gotten, they're slowly sort of filling up. I have a legal citation guide here for school purposes primarily, so I can sort of quickly look up how to properly cite legal authority. I basically, at the top, I write quickly what I want to file this under. So financial goes under F, citation was under the CD tab. I have gifts ideas. I have I did some of the stuff that I learned from the Getting Things Done system was really smart. I think, like, the concept of having agendas, you need to talk to people about. Jessica's my boss, and I always have a list of stuff I need to go over with her. So, but what I was finding with the agendas was, I talked to lots of different people, and I would write all their stuff on a sheet and file it behind the agendas tab, and I ended up having like 25 different pieces of paper there. And when I was talking to somebody, I had to madly flip trying to find their page. So this is nice. I just filed Jessica under J. And what I've done with her, because a lot of things end up waiting, like I ask her what she thinks about something. She says, well, I have to talk to somebody else, or I have to think about it, or send me a proposal, or whatever. So if I'm waiting, it gets circled, and when it's done, it will get a line through it. So then I'll kind of quickly, sort of in a glance, know whether this is done, or whether I need to remind her about it later. I have been playing around with a time map. So this is the one that I made about a week ago. And I'm generally following this, but not too closely. I have trouble with structure. But we'll forget about that. I have lots and lots of personal notes here and things that I want to do. I really need to start sort of taking these to-dos and scheduling them, because that's the only way I get them done. Behind S, I have schedules. This is my the front desk schedule at work. So I love my pretty colors. And I just made that on Excel and then printed it out in the color printer at work. This is my work schedule for January and February, my class schedule at school. I am installing some shelving in my front room, so I just wrote down what I need to do with that. My students' telephone numbers, stuff to go over with my student workers. So that's all there. Fun stuff. Lots and lots of work notes behind W. So this is working great. I didn't do much else. I'm still using day per page diary, but I have switched how I'm using it a little bit. What I used to do, if we can find one, here's a nice one. Here. So I would write down sort of my hard appointments along the time slots, and then I use this other column for to-dos and notes. And it ends up looking like this. It's pretty congested by the end of the day. And I just found I wanted more space to write. So what I'm doing now, I interleaved a page of blank note paper. This is not even ruled. And I just interleaved one of these between each day. So that gives me a whole, like, doubles my real estate. It lets me sort of write more freely what I need to do on my appointment. In terms of appointments, and gives me a whole page for like notes and to-dos and whatever. So I think that that's going to work really nicely. I did also order a day timer, day on 2 pages, which kind of follows a similar sort of structure with like time slots down one side and open page on the other. I'm going to look at it and see if I like it. I might also use filofax day on 2 pages, or I might just keep doing this interleaving because it doesn't really cost me anything because I've already got all the supplies. All this color here is related to the time map that I showed before. So just to try to start using it properly, I've been trying to sketch out, you follow the colors in here and use that to sort of sketch out my day. And let's see, after the end of the month, I just have the month on 2 page. I interleave the day pages between the 2 halves of the month on 2 pages for the current month, but then going into the future months, just for future planning, I sketch out appointments, things I need to do on certain days on here, and then I'll just transfer them onto the days when I get there. And then I have my contacts, which are all just written out here, much as I had before. I keep some stamps, some more receipts, and then I've got 2 little books of, these are super sticky, these are just sort of regular cheap sticky notes that I got at a conference last summer. Some spare change. I keep my bills in the outer pocket, so it's still functioning as a wallet. I did remove most of my junky plastic cards that bother me so much. All those sort of grocery store discount cards and everything that used to live in card holders in the front are now in an old wallet that I had. I had bought it, I carried it to a wedding once and never used it again, and now it's got all those cards stuffed in it, and it's tucked in a pocket in my messenger bag that I carry everywhere. So I've got all those things with me, but they're not taking up space in here, which means that now it actually closes reasonably. It's not overstuffed. It's actually got a nice amount of paper in here, and I can actually fit some more without any... I can probably fit another 50 pages in here pretty easily without any trouble. I'm sure I can fit more than that, but I don't want it to get overly stuffed. I do carry a pencil and my Safari, which I'm, getting a better relationship with slowly but surely. But anyway, that's where I'm at now. As far as I've been using it for a few days, and it seems to be working fine, so I'll hope it will stay fine. But I'll let you guys know. Thanks for watching.